Take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's my offering. Take me to the King.
From the trends of history to present, we take a review of the life and legacy of the late former South African President Nelson Mandela. As we look back, we have many tributes done by many unsung heroes as well as celebrities. However, this is a personal touch that I will lend with the public today. The excerpts that I'm about to share with you today is based on evidence of actual visitation with the late former South African President Nelson Mandela. It was from the late 90s till present that I had the opportunity to share with him. From the time that I became the U.S. Ambassador, an honor that I received from former President William Bill Clinton, until present, I had the opportunity during my tenure to go to South Africa. While there, I had the personal invitation of visiting and being consulted and mentoring by the late South African President. Even when sitting in his home, by the photo you see pictured here, it was on the eve that I arrived in South Africa before I had spoken before the United Nations about the pandemic of the HIV/AIDS virus in the developing countries. As you can see, national leaders, international leaders, and common people alike were concerned and still is concerned about this pandemic. However, the communication that we must develop and continue to develop to eradicate HIV and AIDS is to teach people of all ethnicities their behavior as well as their nutritional traits. But let me be personal here without having any elaborations that is not true. When I met President Mandela the first time, it was on an official visit. After then, I was able enough to go back and be escorted by the wife of the late Nigerian President, MKO Abiola. While there, she introduced me to him, and from that conversation, he said to me, "You are a son that I will always respect, and if you remember the things that we're discussing today, years from now, you will be successful." Well, that is so true, because through his leadership, through his mentoring and nurturing, we're about to release a product that came from the rainforest in South Africa that will not cure but will arrest many degenerative diseases that are found in the human body today from all ethnicities. A great man, a great warrior, and many other accolades we can pin upon his name. With society being as it is today, there should be more leaders of all ethnicities like Mungu. Mr. Mandela was a man that I respected, I always will respect, and hopefully there can be people's lives that I can touch that I haven't touched, that I can share with the knowledge that he gave me. A trend that I will not go untold is the fact of what he said to me about health. Knowledge that I could not even get out of the laboratories, or knowledge that I couldn't even get out of scientific research. And I will always remember that. But first and foremost, I want to thank those who have been involved in my life. From the statehood here in Georgia to the statehood in Washington, D.C. and our nation's capital. Thank Mrs. Oprah Winfrey for what she did for the educational process in South Africa. Dr. David Allen for the work that he's doing in the medical field and has done in the medical field in South Africa, who worked under the leadership of the former President Jimmy Carter. But I just want to give thanks to a young lady who have been by my side for many, many years and just like a sister to me. And that's State Representative Sharon Beasley Teague. Sharon, along with other black legislators, to include Roberta Abdul-Salam, David Lucas, many others, have really inspired my life. And I'll say today that if you haven't researched the literature on Nelson Mandela, from the standpoint of early age, he was a boxer, the first international recognized welterweight champion of the world, to a lawyer, to a police officer, and to a leader of leaders. I say to him, as I say to the King clan and to many other clans, the Larry clan, the Vivian clan, Jose Williams and family, it's been a pleasure working under the guidance and leadership of Nelson Mandela, a warrior, a mentor, and a confidant. Rest in peace, soldier. It was in 19... Cut.
Okay.
Ready?
All right. Camera rolling. Action.
It was my second visit prior to my last visit, which was in 2005, that I visit South Africa for the burial of the son of the late South African President Nelson Mandela. And he talked to me about many, many things. But one thing he said to me, knowledge is power, and there's healing in power. And what I want you to do while you're here in South Africa, particularly Durban, I want you to make sure that your research is one that is profound and not complicated. Having said that, to me, I work with many, many scientists at the University of Natal in South Africa in developing a product I think will be a sensational resource for all those who have degenerative ailments, diabetes, HIV and AIDS, and just having an abnormal productivity of their daily activities of their body. The product, like I said, was inspired through his mentoring. Hopefully it will be one that will be perceived by the world. And in remembrance of that, we want to do something to show our kindness or to show our nurturing by giving back to those organizations and communities that need our service.
It's my offering. Take me to the King. Truth is, I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but